Hello, this is a Mercenary spotlight on Beliath after her nerf on February 2022. Best Girl Beliath was unfortunately deemed to be too powerful and her usage rates definitely reflected that. As a result, she got some nerfs which I'll cover in this video. The scope of this video is going to be smaller as Beliath pretty much is very much like she was before. Refer to my Beliath rework spotlight if you want to know more about her. This video will only cover her changes and the implications of them. This video will not have a check, counter, or synergy section as most of those are the same with the exception of counters. The first change is in Beliath's first skill and applies specifically to the Night of Obsession subskill. This is Beliath's immortality aura and it is now removable. Characters with nullifiers can proceed to remove the skill. The second change is in Beliath's second skill. When a unit resurrects as a skeleton, they will stay alive as a skeleton for 24 turns instead of 36. Beliath's main nerf lies in her Night of Obsession being removable, which gives characters with nullifiers an edge over her. Beliath was pretty ubiquitous in her usage and did not have a major weakness. The nerf at least makes her tolerable to deal with. Every major composition has a nullifier unit that is viable. Major compositions have Celia and Nartis. Warrior compositions have Valze and Kyria. Most teams can still run Mammonier and Lettercrad, and there exist some more obscure or budget options like Showman. These nullifier units can remove Night Obsession before doing their damage, and end up creating a skeleton in situations where a unit might have lived with 1 HP instead. Trying to look more a bit into the future, Anubis is getting a rework and a character currently has a nullifier. If Anubis still retains nullifier, then it'll be a bad look for Beliath, but this is somehow predicting that Anubis' rework is good. Mage reworks tend to be the most volatile reworks due to mages being the most volatile class. Yuri may also be soon in line for a rework as well, but she may be reworked in a way where she loses nullifier. It's really hard to tell nowadays, but given our current lineup of relevant nullifier units, there are plenty of counterplay to Beliath now. The skeleton duration nerf is the most irrelevant one, as 24 turns is still pretty long enough for a skeleton to be persisting on the field. There might be a rare time where the game's going to overtime where the turn count may matter, but those situations are generally rare. The larger nerf isn't actually in Beliath's skillset adjustments. The nerf comes from Rafithia's rework. Rafithia is tuned very well to handle Beliath, given that she has a mechanic that allows units to kill units at 1 HP. Rafithia's provisional HP shield is also really useful in allowing some units to survive Beliath's skeletons. Moving straight to my opinion, I think Beliath is fine. She's primarily used as a guild war staller and still works very well in that regard still. Having some weakness doesn't automatically make a character bad, and God forbid that Beliath doesn't have to be ran in every arena form now. The introduction of other viable alternatives is healthy for the game in the grand scheme of things, and Beliath's adjustments are relatively minor. She's still a perfectly capable character and will only see some issue if every character and their mother runs nullifier or Rafithia is ran everywhere as well. Beliath's stall potential was hit a bit, but her skeleton resurrection still being unremovable is what makes her really strong. Moving on to the big topic, as compensation for the nerfs, players are allowed to refund their investment on Beliath. They could turn her into skill books and exchange her companion for any other. Her soul gears can also be refunded for ancient coins and materials that instantly level up your soul gears. I believe as of this video you have 2 weeks exactly to make your decision. My opinion is that you don't need to refund Beliath, but shouldn't feel the need to hold on to her if you want to invest in the newly reworked legends. Rafithia takes Beliath's place as the best overall general support now, but this doesn't mean Rafithia is better. Beliath's stalling specialties and her ability to create difficult situations still make her one of the scariest guild war characters in the game. My recommendation is to keep your Beliath if you have her, but Rafithia has priority now. If your Rafithia is not at plus 12, you may want to transfer some materials over. The newly reworked settle also gets a lot of value at plus 12 and is a good option to build up. All in all though, Beliath is still good, and even if you transfer her materials over, you can still keep your Beliath and proceed to slowly build her up again. Even if I didn't have all of my units built up, I'd still keep Beliath. She's the best girl in Brave 9, and she got nerfed for that reason. In the end, she is still the best girl. Imagine being nerfed from best to best. Now that's some powerful shit. Thanks for watching my Beliath nerf spotlight. Anyway, sorry for the slow influx of videos. Elden Ring is crack and I'm trying to finish that game so I can pop it out of my PS5 and never look at it again. Stay tuned for more.